What's up, guys? So I'm here. This is the island of Murano, maybe like a little over a mile away from the islands or the city of Venice. So Murano is famous for glass making or glass artistry, I would say. They're like world renowned for it. The style and the specific way they make glass and design it, and they even had contributions to Cristal. You know, they have a long history of this. I just came back from like a presentation of how they make it, and you know, it was really interesting, really cool. Now, back in the day, they kind of had a monopoly on the way that they make glass, the way that they design it, the artistry behind it. And actually what happened was the Republic of Venice, the city-state of Venice, actually had the glass makers in the city proper in Venice, but they realized that they have wood buildings, and you know, they can't have wood buildings be around that much fire, that much heat. So they put everybody on this island, and just that competitiveness, that you know, synergy just created really impressive works of art. But then eventually people kind of got word of it. The glass making techniques that they had weren't really that revolutionary, or weren't really as cool as they used to be. So then they just kind of, you know, lost, I guess, that specific ability to make glass and make a lot of money from it because of their monopoly. But eventually they just shifted their style and made more intricate designs and more intricate ways of making the glass. There's some people getting off here. This is cool. So yeah, so as I was saying, now this is known for very intricate pieces of glass, intricate designs. So it's not as much of a powerhouse, but as far as like having a ton of glass makers, I don't want to call it I forget, I talked to one of the owners of the glass. I don't want to call it a glass factory. I guess that's the wrong word. I don't want to disrespect their culture, but there's a way to say it. I forget how the way to say it is, but they design high-end glass, okay? They turn it into special, you know, designs. It's really cool. But so yeah, so they specialize in it. We had a really good preview of kind of how they make it and kind of a little bit of the backstory of it, and it's just really cool. It's a lot of things that you wouldn't know unless you came out here, a lot of things that people wouldn't really be hip to understanding or knowing unless they like maybe did a little bit more research. But by the way, I forgot to mention, so in Murano, where they do, you know, a bunch of glass works, back in 1609, Galileo Galilei unveiled the Galilean telescope, and he actually used the glass that was made in Murano. So it's actually a really interesting history for those who don't know. Galileo Galilei, famous astronomer. Dang, I can't freaking speak today. The famous astronomer, I can't say it again. So I'm getting a little bit sick. He discovered essentially that we revolve around the sun, and like the sun doesn't revolve around us. And he taught at Padua University, which is like really close by. Just a really smart guy. I'm sure you've heard the name, but maybe don't know what he's famous for. And he actually, for his discovery of that fact, he actually was kicked out of the Catholic Church. He was like, the Pope, you know, accused him for being a heretic, but he still kept his devotion to Christianity. And actually his two daughters, he like pushed to be sisters and nuns for the church, but he still kept his faith even though he was being persecuted by the church, which is really just an interesting fact when you look into his history. But yeah, so Murano, the glass that is made there was used for the telescope. So everything's kind of all connected. I mean, the rich culture of this area is just absolutely insane. And then the combination between Venice, obviously Murano and Venice were eventually unified, but they were actually two separate like city-states. The Navy, the Venice Navy, actually utilized the telescope, and like that technology for their Navy was super helpful. So it wasn't only utilized for, you know, scientific discoveries, but also for military, you know, expansion, and also making sure that the Venice Navy could monitor the Adriatic Sea properly. So
just really interesting stuff. We're gonna probably go to Padua, which is not too far away. There's a lot of interesting history in regards to that. Maybe I'll do a video, maybe not, but you know, just wanted to make sure I covered that real quick. So peace.